Alright, time for part 3. Green Lantern Corps. This is the last issue written by Peter Tomasi, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I have trouble remembering names sometimes. Alright, first of all, we got Kyle and Guy recapping Blackest Night a bit. And now, apparently on Mogo, there's a new memorial held to lanterns who fell with the tree, with back here revealing little leaves of their glowing faces and stuff, which is pretty cool. Which is just one of the reasons that best shows off the artwork in this. Reese is disappointed that Sodom Yacht's being remembered, even though he's still alive. But now all the rings of lanterns that were killed are sent flying off to get new recruits. This issue, okay, and then Kyle talks to Soranik about how his mural fell, about the history of the Corps, and now he's going to have to rebuild it. Alright, and here's an interesting plot point in this. Kilowog resigns as drill sergeant, and his position is filled by his replacement is Stell. Next, we have Vath. Vath wakes up to reveal that Isamat gave him his legs, which he's not happy about, given that Isamat's a Thanagarian, he's a Ran, but they get angry and fight, but then they have a little scuffle, but then they resolve it because they're still brothers in arms in the Green Lantern Corps. And now Guy, Kyle, and Arisa go bust in the Guardian's door and talk to them about everything that's happened, about how they about how they need to work on rebuilding the trust between the Guardians and the Corpsmen. Kyle asks for the third law, which prevents relationships between lanterns. Relationships between lanterns to be repealed, and they say they'll consider his request. Oh, and interesting enough, though, they say Arisa was angry about Sodom Yad when he didn't have access to when he didn't have access to his power, but then one of the Guardians points out that they were never contacted by Yad, but then, I thought for a minute that was a foreshadow, but I misread, sorry. Alright, then we have Solak talking down to the Guardians, saying he's no longer their puppet, but he will be obligated to help them. He will help them to apply truth to their power when it's necessary. So then the Guardians decide to get rid of the third law and allow relationships between corpsmen. Oh, and I love this clip of Guy when he sees the damage done to the bar. They broke the bar! He sounds like Barney Gumble on an episode of The Simpsons when Mose gets destroyed. It's pretty funny, actually. And so now Kyle and Guy kick back, have a beer with each other. Classic end. And we get an ad here for Green Lantern Emerald Warriors, which, judging by the artwork, looks pretty interesting. I may or may not get it. Alright, Green Lantern Corps number 47. This was a very fun read. It was enjoyable, and it's a definite epilogue to Blackest Night, and excellent prologue for Brightest Day. Alright, now, Action Comics 889. Only good thing, Nightwing and Flamebird are going to be off this title. Yay. And apparently it wasn't that dramatic about how they defeated the giant Rayo copy. All Nightwing did was trap the Vok entity and Rayo's heart, which was the power source in the Phantom Zone, I believe. Or at least I'm guessing it's the Phantom Zone. Yeah. And then the Rayo shatters, and then they take Jack-Sor. They take away Jack-Sor. And then finally, Nightwing and Flamebird fly off, and the remains of the fake Rayo are picking up by Lex Luthor. Yay. And as far as the Captain Atom co-feature, didn't read, but I know it's the final one. So, okay, both these things are going to be off Action Comics soon. I did see the solicitations for June and July, and we will have stories about Lex Luthor, which I'm actually looking forward to, because I have not been enjoying Nightwing and Flamebird at all, or Captain Atom, so, at this point, little Luthor stories would be sweet relief. Alright, Superman 699. Awesome cover. Zod's Brainiac Revenge Squad and Superman are fighting off some drones, and Superman's angry at Zod for leaving Kandor instead of resizing it. So then Superman asks one of the soldiers, where's Kandor? And he goes off to find it, and asks Telecus to link him to Kara so she could help. Meanwhile, Mon is hooked up to Brainiac's system and reviewing all his memories. The Legion's fighting some drones off, and then then a huge Brainiac drone is released, and Mon-El wakes up and takes him down. So now Superman talks to Kara and Brainiac and asks them to go resize Kandor. Next, now the Legion gets the bottled cities and tell them that Mon-El has to go with them. And Brainiac and Supergirl are successful. Brainiac 5 and Supergirl are successful in re-enlarging the city of Kandor, as well as Superboy. Meanwhile, Zod's going toe-to-toe with Brainiac. Superman flies in, attacks Brainiac. Then, in the shadows, Luthor enlarges one of the bottled cities inside Brainiac's ship. And Mon-El, meanwhile, decides that if he's going to leave Kal, then he doesn't want to wear this uniform anymore. And so Princess Projected changes his look back to Mon-El Classic. And the ship, say that was enlarged in Brainiac's ship, comes crashing down. Alright, Superman 699. It was a good story. I did like how Mon-El decided that if he's going to the future, he's wearing his old look. Good excuse there, and good to find out that... And not very anticlimactic for the finding of Kandor, though. Although it is interesting to show that Superman is more concerned with Kandor rather than defeating Brainiac, unlike General Zod, but they have two different opinions. Alright, now, Superman, Last Stand of New Krypton, number 3. Alright. Everyone's noticing the ship being enlarged here. Brainiac and Superman assures Mon-El to go with the Legion because it's the right thing to do. Superman and the rest of New Krypton go off and keep the ship from causing a huge explosion, but unfortunately, Superman dies during it. So now, and Lex Luthor notices the damage and he's pleased. And then Brainiac grabs Luthor and kills him. Breaks his neck. And then Zod orders his guard down, shoots himself with the red sunbeam, and decides to go head-to-head with Brainiac, no abilities at all. And Superman is brought back to life thanks to some of Connor's blood and some yellow sunlight sent from the future, which restores Superman. And then after Zod is able to take down Brainiac, he gets Brainiac to kneel before Zod, almost goes in for the kill shot, but Superman blocks him. Brainiac 5 leaps out, gets near Brainiac 1, and they both go into the future. Meanwhile, General Zod gets ready to speak to Kandor, and meanwhile, we're shown Brainiac 5, both Brainiacs traveling to the future, the Legion going off to restore the bottled cities, and Superman realizing that the Luthor that Brainiac killed was actually a robot. Now Luthor is given a full pardon, and Zod declares war on Earth, which will lead into Superman War of the Superman. Issue 0 coming out this Saturday for Free Comic Book Day. Awesome. Alright, Last Stand of New Krypton, all in all, was a good lead into the War of the Superman. Alright? I should also note that War of the Superman will be the only Superman book out during the month of May, which is great. Again, I hope it resolves with some logical explanation, nothing too stupid. Like, oh no, Zod gets put back in the Phantom Zone and Kandor is small again. That would just... Okay, that's probably inevitable, but it would just kind of be a little cliche. All in all, I would say Last Stand of New Krypton and War of the Superman are important, and you should definitely pick both of them up. Okay? Spider-Man 1991 saying, see you later.